Hey everyone, and welcome back to Dayum. Whenever we think about people who've really made it, we think about the cars they drive. Even though there are hundreds of types of cars all over the world that are great while also being only moderately expensive, the sky's the limit when it comes to just how many features you can squeeze into a car. With each edition, the price of these great cars hikes up higher and higher and higher. To us, spending several $100,000 on a car might be a bit too much, but things are a lot different for people who live to drive expensive cars. In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the top 10 most expensive cars in the world, and these cars do not mess around. 10. Motors Lykan Hypersport, $3.4 million. When you think of supercars or sports cars, you probably think of brands from regions like Europe, North America, or East Asia. You don't normally think of the Middle East, but the Middle East has slowly turned into one of the largest sports car markets in the world, and one Middle Eastern company, W Motors, is now leading the region. Manufactured in Dubai from 2014 to 2017, the W Motors Lykan incorporates elements from companies like Lamborghini, Bugatti, and Aston Martin to create something truly unique and out of this world. Its headlights are embedded with jewels, containing titanium LED blades with over 440 diamonds. It has a 3.7-liter twin-turbocharged flat-six engine with an output of 780 horsepower. It can reach a top speed of over 250 miles per hour, and it has been featured in films like Fast and Furious 7. This car commands a buying price of over $3.4 million, with a very limited number ever being built, making it one of the rarest supercars of the 21st century. 9. Bugatti Chiron, $4.2 million. Bugatti is known for making some of the most beautiful and powerful supercars in the world, and although this is the first time we're seeing a Bugatti car on our list, it's certainly not the last, so stay tuned for the rest. The Bugatti Chiron is arguably the most iconic car ever produced by the brand. It features some of Bugatti's most iconic designs morphed into a modern supercar. With an 8-liter, 1,578 horsepower engine, this car is among the most powerful on the planet, at least when it comes to street-legal cars. The top speed ever reached on this car is a whopping 304.77 miles per hour, and although not everyone is capable of reaching these speeds on this car, it's still mind-blowing to think about. A modified version of the Chiron, known as the Mansory Centuria, is the most expensive variant of it. It had a price tag of $4.7 million in 2019, and it's only going to get more expensive as time goes on. With the extravagant Bugatti Chiron taking place number 9 on our list, you're probably wondering just how expensive cars can get at this point. To find out, make sure you watch until the very end. And before we continue, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Dayum for more luxury-related videos just like this one. 8. Aston Martin Valkyrie Spider, $5 million. Aston Martin was one of the biggest inspirations to W Motors when they developed the Lykan, and even though what they've achieved so far is impressive, when it comes to the real deal, there's no comparison. Aston Martin is a British cultural icon, developing cars for franchises such as James Bond and many other iconic British films. Their cars are among the most expensive in the world, but their newest addition to supercars might just be their most ambitious project yet. The Aston Martin Valkyrie Spider was first shown off at the Geneva International Motor Show in 2021, and it features a surprisingly retro design mixed in with some modern elements. The car doesn't look like it belongs in any era. It doesn't even seem like it came from the same planet. This hybrid supercar will be capable of pumping out 1,160 horsepower, and there are going to be very few models of it made. Pricing is rumored to be around $5 million, and only some extremely lucky people will even be allowed to sign up for it. Before we move on, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Keep watching until the end for even more exciting cars. 7. Bugatti Divo Supercar, $6 million. As we mentioned, Bugatti is going to be mentioned a lot on this list, and it's because they keep topping themselves with newer and greater models all the time. In 2018, Bugatti announced the Divo Supercar, and it's one of the few cars that reached a perfect balance between luxury, comfort, and performance. The Divo is capable of reaching a top speed of around 235 miles per hour, which admittedly isn't as high as some other Bugatti models, but it's enough to knock the socks off anyone. Many of Bugatti's key design elements are present in this car, but at the same time, it looks completely unique and original. The interior makes use of cool colors and seats that cost more than the average car sold in the United States. As with all Bugatti models, a very limited number will ever be built since Bugatti cars aren't mass manufactured. 6. Bugatti Diezzi, $9 million. Now that we've mentioned both the Chiron and the Divo, you're probably wondering how on earth would Bugatti be able to come up with a car that's even more expensive than those two? Well, believe it or not, they did. The Bugatti Diezzi is an extremely limited production car that's being made in honor of the 110th birthday of the company. Only 10 units of this car will ever be built, and one of them is being ordered by soccer legend Cristiano Ronaldo. It's based on the Chiron and the classic EB110 that Bugatti became famous for in the 90s. Instead of taking a more classical approach for this car, the company decided to go all out on making this car as futuristic as possible. The performance capabilities are almost the exact same as the Chiron, but with added luxury and design. All 10 units of this car will cost around $9 million, and since it's a collector's item, that price is definitely going to increase once it gets sold out. Believe it or not, this still isn't the most expensive Bugatti in the world. To find out what that is, you'll have to keep watching until the end of the video. 5. Koenigsegg Agera RS1, $10 million. Koenigsegg is a company that you've probably never even heard of before this video. This is a Swedish luxury car manufacturer that's known for some of the most groundbreaking designs in the global automobile industry, and their flagship offering today is the Agera RS1. First introduced in 2010, it became the fastest production car in the world in 2017, after hitting a top speed of over 285 miles per hour. The car has a 5-liter Koenigsegg twin-turbocharged V8 engine capable of pumping out 1,341 horsepower. The entire exterior of this car is made out of carbon fiber to make it as light as humanly possible. Still, this car weighs around 2,800 pounds, which is impressive for a supercar. The design isn't the most unique, but it's definitely beautiful and meaningful enough. The price is around $10 million. 4. Rolls-Royce Sweptail, $13 million. When you hear Rolls-Royce, you probably automatically think of the most luxurious vehicles money can buy. While it's not uncommon for cars from this company to go for millions of dollars, it's the Rolls-Royce Sweptail that takes the title for the most expensive car ever produced by this company. This is one of the largest cars that Rolls-Royce has ever made. It's almost like a mix of a supercar, an SUV, and a limousine. All you have to do is take one glance at it, and you'll instantly know that this is a Rolls-Royce, and a rather expensive one at that. All of the traditional RR design elements are present in this car, and although this car isn't as powerful as some of the other ones mentioned in this list, it's still fast enough for you to run away from the cops to hide the money you laundered to buy this car. Seriously, at $13 million, this is the most expensive RR ever made. 3. Bugatti La Voiture Noire, $18.7 million. The final Bugatti car we're about to mention on our list might just be the most impressive vehicle that the company, or any other company for that matter, will ever make. Along with the Diezzi, the Bugatti La Voiture Noire was made to celebrate the company's 110th birthday. Pretty much everything about this car screams luxury and performance. It has one of the most amazing exteriors ever made on a car, with unique flower-like rims, a single LED taillight strip, thin, sharp headlights, and an intuitive, sporty design overall where everything makes sense and has a purpose. Despite being based on the Chiron, this car is almost completely unique in its design. Only one model of this car was ever made, and all of the little details are like a state-level secret kept by Bugatti. Only the owner of this car, allegedly a man from Switzerland who bought it for $18.7 million, knows the true extent of this car's performance. 2. Rolls-Royce Boattail, $28 million. Even though the Sweptail is the most expensive car Rolls-Royce makes right now, it's not going to stay the most expensive car by the company for long. Eventually, that title will go to the Boattail, which costs a whopping $28 million. The Boattail will feature a classic design based on models from the 1920s and 30s. Overall, it's going to be based on the Rolls-Royce Phantom, but it will feature over 1,800 unique parts that they've never featured before. The rear deck of the car will feature 5 electronic control units, and it will also have a mechanical parasol extending up like a flower. There will be an entire cocktail bar inside this thing, along with Christoffel tableware and 2 fridges. Every owner of this car will get their own luxury watch, although only 3 are expected to be made. 1. 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO, $70 million. All of the cars we've mentioned on this list so far have been from the 21st century, and they have a high price tag, but not a lot of actual value. But there is one car that's more valuable than any other car out there, a very specific 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. Ferrari is one company that pretty much defined what a supercar was. The Italian giant made a name for itself in numerous races like the Tour de France, and it's the brand that we instantly think of when we hear sports car. This specific Ferrari 250 GTO was the winner of the 1964 Tour de France, driven by legendary racer Lucien Bianchi. It was the last time Ferrari ever won a Tour de France before the event was eventually cancelled. In 2019, the car was auctioned for $70 million, making it the most expensive automobile sale in history. Well, that's a wrap for the top 10 most expensive supercars in the world. Which one of these cars would you love to drive yourself one day? Let us know in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Dayum, and click the bell icon to be notified every time we upload videos like this one. Also, make sure to click the video that's on the screen right now for even more interesting content. We'll see you in the next one.